welcome to another exciting edition of Our Bleepin City. I'm your host, Mikey Two Guns. Today, I am so honored to welcome back an absolute warrior into the house. This is a fighter who left it all in the ring last weekend at the first ever event up here in the Northeast for the BK Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, BKFC 82. She went toe-to-toe with the other champ, was champ versus champ. She went toe-to-toe with Christine Ferea and gave everyone in the house, not a person went home that did not get their money's worth. This was an absolute banger. And as it is with a fight game, there's wins, there's losses. All the champs sustain losses. And the only regret that I have from this event was that Jessica sustained an injury at the end of the fight, and I didn't get to meet her personally and get a picture with her. But thankfully, I get that chance to talk to her today. I got the next best thing. Let me welcome onto the show, Jessica Black Widow Borga. Jessica, it's so awesome to have you back on the show. It's been only about a week since that incredible fight. So let's just start by checking in. How are you feeling today, mentally and physically, after just that war?
You know, honestly, my spirits are high. I it happens. Like we were just kind of talking about. This is bare knuckle. It takes one shot to change the game. And it was champ versus champ. She's been doing it a real long time. So I showed that I belong here. I showed that I went toe to toe with number one pound for pound. And I I still think I could beat her. So it just takes that one shot. And they weren't gonna let the fight continue anyway.
Right.
I'm still actually concerned with my vision. I get rechecked on Thursday back in Jersey.
Yeah.
So I got to see if there's permanent damage there, but that was my main concern. I've actually had worse broken bones in my face before, and I've fought rounds and rounds with broken bones. So that's not to me that doesn't faze me anymore.
I think I commented to you like maybe the day or even the night after when I see you doing like ab workouts the day after. Like, are you human? Like, it's like, do we need to check you to see if there's like cyborg blood in you? Because you are one tough MFer.
Probably to the point of my own detriment. Really, my coaches tell me all the time, just relax, rest. I just don't have it in me to quit, to slow down, and unfortunately, injuries make you slow down. But my spirits are high. Mentally, I have overcome way worse than this, and a lot of people, even my last opponent, no disrespect to her, but she had. You don't know how tough you are until you sustain a really injury that really is detrimental that most people would quit with. And I've had titanium plates in my jaw for years now. So I have more titanium in my face. So honestly, it doesn't faze me.
Yeah, no big deal. It's right. It's and it's what makes you the champ that you are. I know it's what makes you relentless. And it looks like if you could fight tomorrow, you would.
Yeah.
Let's get back just to let's go in. Let's dig into a little bit about that the whole event, the night. I want to ask. So, what was it like being a part of this experience? I assume it's probably the biggest crowd, this biggest spotlight you've ever had as a fighter. What was it like to be a part of this event? There was a crazy build-up. Like before, it was it felt like a Super Bowl. Like watching the media circus before. What was it like to be a part of this event?
I actually have fought for big crowds like that. Bellator,
really?
I fought for Bellator was like 18,000, and that was in California. So that was I fought for big crowds before, and so that stuff doesn't really faze me. The build up to the fight, it felt like it took forever to get there. Cutting weight, not my favorite thing to do. Everyone knows that, including my opponent did. So, that kind of stuff never makes it fun, in my opinion. The weight cut, it being the first time in Jersey, I'm just going to tell you right now, I probably will never fight for Jersey or California again because our weigh-ins. So the commission, I know it was the commission. It wasn't BKFC, but man, it is frustrating as hell when you're sitting there. Like I cut weight the night before, and we were supposed to weigh it at 11:45. Instead, they were late and didn't get there until like 2:30 in the afternoon. So you have a whole bunch of weight cutting fighters pissed off at the world, like, and they're so strict on they're also strict on their safety protocols,
Right.
but yet they make you do all these extra medicals, but then they're gonna sit there and let you dehydrate more. Like, what is the point in that?
Hold on, I'm in the drive-thru at McDonald's. I'll be there when I get there. You know, it's like
that's really they had no care in the world, no care, and I was, it just it's not healthier, it's not better for the fighters, and usually BKFC we do it early in the morning, but I personally probably won't fight for Jersey again.
You know what? As a media member covering an event there for the first time. Unless it's some major event, I don't think I'm going to go back there either because that was a shit show.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I just don't know if they even want to. It's kind of like they didn't want us there, but at the same time, like it took forever for us to get there. At, BKFC being approved. So I just feel like maybe it'll be easier next time. Yeah. I don't know, but me personally, I'm not doing that, but I'm not ever cutting weight again either, so I'm not worried about
that. Yes, that's behind you now. It's
that's one last hurrah.
Right. Speaking about the fight taking forever, one thing I was curious about, it felt like they had you on the walkway to come out like forever? Like waiting to like me and my camera guy were like, you know, it's almost like a free throw shooter, like you're icing, like calling a timeout, making weight. Like, was that a little bit frustrating, just waiting that long to come out?
Yeah, it definitely is. Like, you get warmed up and then you're in the back and they have this little area where you can kind of warm up in the back. But I was standing on the stage for a hot minute. So yeah, that's kind of like cooling down to get back in there. And yeah, it was, I guess you gotta have to do what you gotta do, but it's frustrating for the fighters. This year has been nothing but I'm just honored to be on the shows that I've been put on with the fights that I've been able to do. It's been crazy. This year alone, I've been able to almost get 2 titles. I got 145, still the 145 champ, which people are not aware of. Honestly, I think they thought that she was coming after my belt, but I would love anyone to come after my belt because that's, that's not going to happen. That's mine.
Yes, for sure.
But just to be on these cards, it's just been crazy.
Yeah, the fact that you were the co-main event to legendary UFC legends who've been doing it for over a decade.
Yeah,
that's got to be. I mean, that says something about you, what the fans think. So that's a huge respect, and you lived up to it. I know it wasn't the result that you wanted.
Yeah.
Let's get into the fight because it was a fascinating fight. Going into that first round, there was fireworks right off the bat. It seemed like she kind of got you with a flash knockdown right away. You seemed, fine.
Yes, I was completely fine, which is odd because I don't know if it was just my footing or what. I don't know because it didn't feel anything like it was a flash knockdown. So who knows?
And you had some big moments in this fight where you landed a big shot that put her down and hurt her. Like, how are you feeling? How are you feeling at that point in the fight?
Yeah, I felt great the whole fight. Really, honestly.
Yeah.
I honestly did. I wasn't. I do think that we earned mutual respect for each other. I do think that she took a punch harder than I anticipated her taking a punch for me specifically, but I wasn't as strong as I would say normally. Me cutting weight, it does affect you whether you want it to or not. Absolutely. Not using that as an excuse, but she could take a freaking punch because even at me at 35 and 25, I was knocking people out. So she could take a punch. She is tougher. I really think that, and she even told me after the fight that I brought out the best in her, and that was the best Christine that I had watched on previous previous fights. So sometimes you guys have to fight rivals that bring out the best in you, and that does happen, and I think it was both our best version of ourselves. She's tougher than I gave her credit for. And I think she says the same about me.
Absolutely. There's something about the bond two fighters share after you share that ring for a war like that. I had spoken to her after the fight, and she she was wearing the damage that you gave her. I mean, it was clear it was that you two had been in a war and gave just as much as you took. But there was there definitely is something to be said about there is kind of that build up to the showmanship for the build up, which was I'm sure part of it, and so the trash talk, which goes into the hype. But there was a ton of respect, and it was really cool to see after the fight, the two of you, that picture in the hospital. Were you surprised when she came by to see you?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, because you don't know if all the trash talking is what if it's who they are, if
Right.
it's just the trash talk until afterwards, and then you get in there, and like I said, you get this respect that's in a different. You can't express the kind of respect that you gain for someone who brings out the best in you, but also is better than you thought they were.
Right.
So especially in this game, we both know how hard it is. We both know the sacrifices and everything that it takes to get in here because we're both champions. We both
Yeah.
have that champion mentality.
Mm.
And I would love to fight her again at 145.
Mm. I would.
I would love to share the ring with her again and prove that I want to be my best in there.
Mm.
I'm not going to cater to anyone ever again on weight cuts and on
Mm.
having all the cards in there. If someone wants to fight me, they're gonna get the best version of me.
Mm.
That's just in the fight game. I think that should be anyone. That should be anyone saying that, and that should be if you're not comfortable fighting at a weight class, don't fight at that weight class. Especially with bare knuckle, it's not something to take lightly. So that was my last hoorah there. But if someone wants to come play with me, and
Sure.
I'd be
Sure.
more than happy. I'd be
Sure.
honored.
You've made enough compromises up to this point, Ev. It's time people start compromising to fight you because
That's
kind of earned that. So in the fight, it was really even. Was the fight going? Obviously up until the end, but before that, was it going to the game plan? Was there anything that surprised you during the fight? What was your feeling about? Have you rewatched the fight too? Since then?
Oh yeah.
You have really okay.
Oh yeah. No, I go right to the drawing board.
Wow.
I go right to what I did wrong. I didn't follow the game plan to the T.
Yeah.
Their game plan did good against our game plan. I'll tell you that. She did good on capitalizing on the things that I need to work on, which I will make sure I fix before the next fight. That's what champions do. That's who she had in her corner. That's the coaching, good
Right.
coaching. That'll do that because that's literally what they told her to do right before she did it. So she capitalized on something that her coaches saw, and she trusted her coaches. She did what she was supposed to as a fighter, and I fell short.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that she obviously had the edge in is experience. She's done it for longer, so she did have that kind of that knowledge base, the playbook in her head. Going to the shot she landed in the fourth that ended it. Did you know right away that that the nose was broken? And did you feel it right away, or was like?
Oh yeah, the nose. I knew that was broke. That's like the fifth time that my nose has been broke.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I was more worried about my eye. That's whatever happened with my eye. I don't know if her it was her knuckle or whatever scraped my eye. That was what I was more concerned with. I knew I couldn't see. My eye was swollen shut. I knew that.
Yeah.
But what it was like a weird. It was like a shock of light. It was burning, but it also it was like someone stabbing me in the eye. So I wasn't sure. There was a lot of scratches on and around my eye.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I saw like the shadow of her coming towards me. So I took a knee. I was like, let's see if my vision comes back. Now, I got 10 seconds. Let's see if my vision comes back. It wasn't coming back. The lady was counting. She's like, can you not see? I said, no.
Yeah.
They weren't going to let it continue anyway.
No. Right.
But it is what it is. I was hoping my vision would come back, and it was just kind of like a flash of what happens sometimes when you get hit. I've had that many times. But nothing was coming back, so that's what I'm still kind of worried about that being permanent damage, but we'll see on Thursday.
Again, a reason that these fighters that are fans have to respect people like Black Widow, because the fact that you were even contemplating the fact that you it was obvious your mind was saying yes, your body was saying no.
Yeah. And my coaches were definitely telling me to do the right things in the fight.
Yes.
They were telling me to do the right things. I wasn't capitalizing as fast as I normally or should have been. So everything, all my mistakes are on me. You know, that as a fighter, I take that. My coaches are amazing coaches, so I'm very proud to have them in my corner. If I would have done what they said to do at the time they said to do it, it could have ended very differently.
Well, that's what makes you the fighter that you are. You seem like you really want to learn and grow and get better from that. Um, what do you say to all the fans that showed up for you? You had a lot of fans in the house. Like, it was amazing.
It's really, there's no words to describe. And I honestly think that I actually grew more fans from this fight than winning all the other ones so fast. And it's crazy.
Yeah.
But sometimes it works like that. Sometimes they need to see, if they haven't watched my MMA fights, they need to see how tough you are as well. But, you know, it's it's crazy how that works. But no matter how and who comes and just, you know, is on my side now and why they are, I mean, it doesn't matter. I really appreciate every single one of my fans and the way that they showed up for me this time. They've been waiting for a fight back in the US. So
yes,
that's why, you know, they really show up and they show out. They travel from all over the world to see me, and it is, man, it's just heartwarming. You know, it's I truly love the people that support me, because us fans wouldn't be anything, or us fighters wouldn't be anything without our fans. So it's a lot, and I love them.
Do you ever have to pinch yourself when you see an arena 20, 30,000 people and just like, I mean, maybe not in the moment, but afterwards, like, all these people were here for me. Like, is that kind of surreal at times?
Yeah, you know, I don't even believe that everyone's there for me. I wish that I wish that was my thought process. Like, oh, they're all. I know they were there to see that fight. I know that. I know that, but
and
it
it's
is.
You were part of the fight, so they're there for you.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I guess I'm just a little too, like, I don't expect people to even know who I am. You know.
Right.
It's genuinely humbling when I walk through the, you know, airport and they know who I am now. They, you know. I've made a name for myself. I'm only getting started to make a name for myself. So this is, I hope they think I'm an easier fight now, because every fight I've shown progress, and I'm only going to get better. So I'm excited to showcase my next fight, and, you know, the healing process is going to take some time, but it's not any more time than I normally have between fights anyway. So
yeah. How is, it looks like the nose is, I mean, you look, aside from the bandage, you look the same. You look fine.
Yeah, like, the nose is at least straight, huh?
Yeah, right. I mean, it's crazy. It was kind of. I mean, I think Mike Perry had a similar kind of nose break than that. It was
during this fight or just in general?
No, and if I'll have to send you the picture, but there was a fight where his nose completely was like off of his, like,
it's pretty easy after a while.
Yeah. So, but it's amazing, like, what the doctors, like, can do, because you look no worse for the wear.
Yeah, no, the only thing I'm worried about is, like, the feeling in my face which he says it could take 2 to 3 months before that nerve damage comes back.
Okay.
The nerve comes back from the damage. So the titanium plates are here where the orbital, it was just one little crack in the orbital, but my nose was, as everyone saw, it was all off.
Right.
You know, and it's crazy. If I hadn't have slipped that punch, it probably would have been less damage.
Right. I was going to say.
It's just the angle. Yeah. It's just a crazy, weird, lucky fucking angle.
It was such a freak thing. Like, she just.
If I had my fucking hands up, though, it might have been better.
Right. Well, I'm sure you'll never forget to do that next time. But
yeah, no, I'm gonna definitely get better with that, because I slip a lot, but I keep my hands. So I'm gonna just I'm gonna be obsessed with doing that.
Sure. Your stamina looked better than ever. Like, it's I've seen you in Bellator fights that have gone to further on. Yeah. And your stamina in this fight was like,
I wasn't even out of breath.
Right, it was crazy. It was like,
that's what I love. I got to show that, because everyone always thinks that if it goes past the first round, I ain't got. I'm like, all right, keep thinking that, because I work on my stamina more than anything these days.
I was so impressed, because I know earlier in your career, especially the MMA career, Bellator. There was, you had some gas tank issues where I
had a lot of health issues. Yeah, I had a lot of health issues.
Yeah.
That I've had to work through my entire career, really.
But it's you really came in prepared for this fight. It was I mean, training wise and gas tank wise, you were there. I mean, I feel like you could have gone 5 and had that same energy that you had from
Yeah.
round 1.
I completely agree. I felt way better than I thought I was going to after the weight cut. I did better than I thought I was going to do for the weight cut, but I think I actually cut too much weight because I came in less than her the day of the fight and the day of weigh-in. So like I ended up, I think, worried too much about the weight cut, and then I ended up depriving myself a little bit too much. And I think that's honestly why my bones broke more, because I think I was kind of having to be in a deficit for so long that my bones are, your bones are brittle when you go into a deficit for so long.
That's
so I do think that was a very nutrition is a huge thing for me, and I knew that my body was being deprived, but that was the only way to get that weight off, because I was already toned, I was already lean, so I had to do what I had to do.
That's a great point. The sacrifice that your body makes to make that weight it weakens you. I mean,
it does, but I did feel better than I thought I was going to for how leading up to this fight. No excuses or anything, because we all go through this shit. She was going through stuff during weight cut. So we were actually talking, not weight cut, but fight camp in general. We were both talking about what we went through, and she went through having bronchitis. I had COVID with pneumonia 3 weeks out and was put on antibiotics. I had I had an MRI done on my ankle because it like cracked and popped 2 weeks before the fight. I had to take 4 days off completely of my ankle leading up to this fight. I had a compression fracture in my thumb 6 weeks out. So it's like, and really you can't do anything with a compression fracture anyway. You just have to deal with the pain. So there was a lot that I knew leading up to this fight, from the deficit of eating less and just my body not recovering at its finest. It just happens. But you do what you do, and you do what you got to do as a fighter.
Sure.
So I'm always going to be the one to do what I got to do.
Absolutely. Is it true that most fighters will go into a fight with some type, throughout training, some type of bumps and bruises and injuries?
Oh yeah. If you didn't train hard enough, and you weren't ready for this fight. So I think all of us go through a lot more behind the scenes and in fight camp than people realize. And that's where the real struggle is. And the fight itself is fairly easy. I mean, unless you have to deal with this crap afterwards, it's fairly easy.
Yeah.
The fight camp itself is a pain in the butt.
So the injuries, I know, you said the vision. It was, so you had, so the injury was broken nose. Was it a broken orbital?
Yeah, I have a fracture in my orbital. They had to put titanium plates in there. But my nose was definitely the one that was fractured multiple places. And then I also, the scratches on and around my eye, I have to meet with the optometrist on Thursday as well. And they do a testing that does, like, it takes 1 to 2 hours fully to see and make sure that I am going to not have my pupil dilated continuously. So hopefully I have my fingers crossed on that, because that's going to be, bright lights affecting me. That's going to be blurred vision and stuff like that. So I have my high hopes that it's just from the inflammation on that. But there's cuts on my nose and around my eye as well. That is, of course, also healing. But for the most part, that's it. They had to go inside my lip. So they had to cut inside my lip and inside my eyelid to get to the orbital. Yeah, it's crazy. And you're not supposed to post all your injuries and stuff like that. But
right.
So I didn't. I think the MRI or it was a CAT scan. It was pretty cool looking, actually. It kind of looks like Halloween, but I'm not allowed to post it. I wasn't allowed to post. I was like, never mind.
Well, with Halloween coming up, you got to incorporate this somehow into your costume and
I'm gonna be the Terminator.
I love it. You know what? That kind of like is fitting, just because the way that you are not. I'm still questioning if you are human or not.
I question it sometimes too. Honestly, like I said, I think it's to my own detriment that there's no quit in me. Everyone always asks after injuries like this. Some people go through their entire fighting career without any injury like that, without any broken bone, without any kind of. I've had, and I can't even tell you. I can count more than one hand major surgeries I've had. So
Really?
like, yeah,
Wow.
I don't know. Everyone always asks me, "You done yet?" And I'm like, "Nope,
Mm.
not even
That's
close."
that's awesome. Wow. Yeah, you were tougher than you're tougher than most people times
In
a
general.
thousand. Which gets me because I see some of the online trolls like, "Oh, why didn't you get up? You could have
Oh
gotten up."
yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah, and, someone
Dude,
was
they're
like,
horrible.
"Dude,
They
this
wouldn't
like
even get off the couch in the last two
exactly."
seconds.
They're, they're probably in their basement, like 400 pounds. Like, oh, why couldn't you get up? I saw this other fighter get up, and she, should look like Taylor Sterling in that first blah blah blah. And it's like, come on
Yeah.
now, like,
Ask Taylor if she had any broke bones in there.
right, right.
Not to mention, like, that's not even the broke bones don't even phase me. I've
Mm,
literally, if you want to see me fight through 3 rounds
mm,
with a two fractures in my nose and a
mm,
broke jaw, and it
yeah,
hit it from my corners, that was one of my
mm,
MMA fights.
right.
I hit it from all my coaches that I had a
That's
broke jaw.
crazy. That's great. That's crazy.
Yeah,
You're
like
you're
to
next
say that
level.
someone's not tough, you don't know what's their experience. If everyone
Right.
that knew me
Yeah.
knows that broke
Mm,
bones don't phase me, and they're like,
right.
I knew something else was wrong, and you were grabbing your eye, and I was like,
Mm,
yep, you
mm,
know me best.
yeah. Does that? Is there a little part of you that is a little worried to go back to the checkup, and because I have a doctor say like, oh well, there's some type of double vision, we're never going to clear you to fight again. Like, is there a little there paranoia about that?
Oh yeah, yeah. Actually,
Mm.
when they first came in about the surgery, the doctor, I hated how he worded everything because he literally like this one little guy was like saying like,
What do you say we stop with all these surgeries and get you home today, huh? We've officially given up.
well, you're not going to be able to get, like, literally started telling me that I won't be able to get hit in the face ever again. Like, he did the way he said it, and I'm like sitting here, I start crying. I'm like, I'm bawling because you just told me I can't do what I'm the most passionate about in this
Mm,
world, and
mm,
you just told me I can't get punched in the face again.
mm,
Like, but then he went on. He's like, oh, only for while during the healing time, so
mm.
4 to 6 months. I'm like, why didn't you start with that shit? I'm over here crying.
I swear, doctors can mess with us so bad. Just the delivery, just
Yeah,
uh,
because if someone tells me I can't do what that I can't do this anymore.
it's your whole life right there. It's your
Oh
life.
man,
Yeah.
I'm
Mm,
I'm getting emotional now just thinking
mm,
that just can't happen, and I'm
mm.
staying positive that
Yeah.
this isn't gonna happen because I'll be like a Mike Bisbing. I will say that I can see, man. Somehow I'll pass that fucking
Right.
test.
Yes.
If he can do it blind, I can do it
That's
with
true. Right?
poor
That's true.
eyesight.
Oh, that's yes. Now I'm sure it'll be fine. Um, I think the whole fighting world is pulling for you to just come, heal up quickly. Um, Assuming everything goes, the healing process goes smoothly. How quickly could you see yourself getting back into the fight? Into another fight. Like, what's the
Um,
time frame on that? Would you think?
They said 4 to 6 months, so
Mm,
like before getting like punched in the face. But there's a lot of things that you can do,
mm,
especially with my coach. We do a lot of head movement drills and
yeah.
stuff like that with noodles. So it's not like a
Okay.
noodle's gonna hurt me.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
there that really helps my hand-eye coordination a lot.
Mm, mm,
So there's a lot of things that I'm still gonna do, footwork and all that stuff leading up to it. I'm still gonna stay prepared.
mm.
I go back to training to next week, really. As soon as I
Wow.
get done with this appointment, I'm going to be back to
Mm,
strength and conditioning and boxing, just doing
mm,
what I can do. My hands are
right.
fine. That's freaking
Mm,
awesome.
yeah.
Going to a 4 round brawl and not really having any swelling and stuff like that. That's
Mm,
actually, I'm impressed.
yeah. Yeah. Especially after that first round solid
Yeah.
shot you landed like that. That'll break a lot of
Yeah.
hands.
Yeah, that I was surprised. I really thought there
Mm,
was going to be more damage there, but
mm,
there, 4 rounds, I had more damage in like the one.
mm, mm,
Um, but I want to get back as soon as possible. So I
mm.
really 6 to 8 months, I will be back in there. Mark my
That's
words.
awesome. That's
As
awesome.
long as they find something someone to fight, which I'm
I don't
sure now they'll think it's much easier. So
use this to your advantage.
I sure as
Now
heck
that
am.
she's easy picking now. Might as
All
well
right,
get her
yeah, it
now.
must be an
Like,
easy fight. Let's
right,
go.
right. Um, I think it's been so cool even after the fight. All the people that have reached out and sent you like stuff, like how much has that meant to you to see all of like the people within the fighting community, all your friends just do stuff like that. It's really been cool to see the outreach that people have had.
It's just it just so humbling. It just have people that really truly like take time out of their really care about you. They take time out of their schedule on sending me things in my PO box. If anyone wants to send anything, by the way, I will be more than happy to sign and send back. Just have like the return postage. PO box 7551 Lakeland, Florida 33801 or 33807. But
I'll have to put that graphic up one day.
yeah, I'll send you it just so you can
Okay.
too.
Yeah.
So you don't have to look back.
For sure,
But
for sure.
just everyone sending me stuff and sending me messages and showing their support. I appreciate it so much. It really is something that I look forward to.
Have you had a chance since the fight has ended to relax and enjoy yourself at all?
Probably relaxing too much in my opinion, but no, I have my nonprofit organization that I am doing my charity. Yep. I'm doing my first ever inaugural charity fundraiser, and that's been taking up a lot of my time now that I can't do too much with my heart rate up until I get rechecked on Thursday. So of course my mind and my body is like, I gotta do something. So luckily I have this to keep my mind.
It's actually kind of a blessing that you have this coming up. So the event, it's what is the event called? And in Florida, if for the fans in Florida, let us know how they can attend, and for all of the other fans that you have around the world,
yes, Florida,
I'm sure want to help. Let us know how we can either donate or contribute or just talk about.
If you go on my social media, it pretty much has all. If you want to donate, if you want to come and attend, the tickets are on my pretty much every post I've been making lately. But it's the Unmasquerade Ball and Charity Fundraiser. The Widows Web Incorporated is my nonprofit organization, and it's going to be mainly focused on a mobile safe house, and we're raising funds for a mobile safe house now. We do have a possibility of someone donating actually an RV for the mobile safe house, so I'm super excited that might be a possibility.
That's awesome.
Yeah, if that really works out, that's going to be amazing. But this charity fundraiser, we're doing like a silent auction. We're having food, drinks. It's just going to be a fun night out that you guys can, support. All ticket proceeds and everything goes to the event as well. But we're going to have a lot of awesome stuff that's a silent auction. Really cool stuff. People have donated ATV rides, fishing charters, Airbnb. So it's a lot of things to even a little things, like little basket full of different things from different companies. So I've had a lot of people donate that, and it's amazing. But Florida people, if you do travel kind of far and you need a place to stay, the hotel, it's the Lakeland Hotel and Convention Center, and they are offering a discount for the people that are attending this event. So if they need a place to stay, there's a discounted rate on there as well.
That's awesome. Wow.
If they just call them, they can do that. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
When did you start the foundation? What gave you the inspiration to start everything?
I actually got started in MMA because I was raised in domestic violence. My own father tried to take my life multiple times when I'm growing up, and he was an alcoholic. So I don't drink because of that. So I can thank him for making me see exactly where I didn't want to be, because I am just like him when I drink.
Right.
So I don't drink because of that. But I was raised in it, and I continued the cycle with exes, and I was in some really bad abusive relationships, and I chose to learn to self-defense, but I just fell in love, and I was like, oh my God, this is what I was meant to do. So, and I just got good at, combat sports, and it became everything that I was meant to do on this earth, I feel like. So now with my platform, I can give back, and it just started this nonprofit last year, actually.
Wow, so
it's brand new.
That's awesome. So everyone who's listening, donate, show up, show out to this event.
Any little bit helps.
It's a great cause. And I've told you, however I can help. If you need any type of video editing, anything I can put together for you, I do actually
need a videographer for this event if you know anyone.
Okay.
I don't know how far. You're pretty far. So
I'm in Boston. Yeah. We'll talk after. If I can make it down there, I will.
Okay, if you can, I'll cover your hotel and everything. Okay. Just let me know.
I might find a way. I found a way to Jersey to cover your flight. So.
Yeah, let me know.
You learn more about yourself and the fighter from a loss. Was there anything you learned about yourself after this fight?
that I just keep getting tougher from all this shit. No,
Mm.
honestly, like you said, you do learn more from losses.
Mm.
I still have a long ways to go. I'm still new in this sport. Um,
Mm.
I did show like how much my growth has been since I
Yeah.
started. I'm glad I got to do that. But you always learn more about yourself.
Mm.
I am mentally tough as nails. I am. I knew that beforehand, but it doesn't. These little things don't get me down anymore.
Mm.
I've been through worse. I've been through
Mm.
so people that are surprised. I actually get more annoyed when people are like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" I'm like, "This is normal for me, man. I don't know what to tell you." I don't like being like, "Oh my God, are you okay? Like
Right,
you're
right,
such a
right, right.
fragile little."
Like,
I'm
yeah,
not.
like don't pity me. I'm fine. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
I can't stand the
Mm.
pity. I can't
Yes,
stand it.
yes, yes, yes.
And that's the thing that frustrates me the most about these kind of situations. But
Mm.
you know, I I'm trying to think if I thought anything new about myself besides the fact that like I would love to rerun it back in 145. That's the only
Yeah,
thing. Like I just
I
or
think
having
that'd
that
be.
women's tournament and
Mm.
us meet there again. That'd be freaking bomb.
I know she says she's got a few more fights left in her. She wants to fight for another maybe year or two. I think we got to make that fight happen. I think I feel
Yeah,
like
like
that's a call for that fight.
all the cards were in her corner. Let's be all the cards in mine and see how it goes. I mean,
Agreed.
all the respect in the world to her, but I
Agreed.
definitely we all aim to be the best of the best, and I'm not done, and I am number one pound for white pound. I want to prove that,
And
but we'll
as
see.
I mean, and as a fighter, like on the winning side, prove it wasn't a fluke. Prove you can do it again. And that if she really wants to do that, I think it'd be in her best interest
I
to
think
take a rematch.
everyone would love a rematch with us.
Yeah,
Everyone.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There was not one person that was disappointed with that fight.
Which is nice because you definitely don't want them disappointed. You don't want booing. You
Right,
want to entertain.
right.
So I definitely think that I could be more entertaining.
Mm. Yeah, I'm telling you, I have gone out, and I'll say it to anyone that will listen. I feel like the BKFC is going to overtake the UFC just in
Oh,
terms of
facts.
excitement value. I think every fight on that card, almost
Was
every fight,
violent.
violent, bloody stoppage, and the crowd was going just
Yeah.
crazy. Like it was,
We
uh,
definitely delivered what we've said we were going to deliver and what Dave Feldman wanted. He spoke to all of
mm,
us in the back. You got to
mm,
prove what this is about. And I
mm,
think that he picked good people to do it.
it's, uh, it's really cool to see too his story. I know I've actually caught some. You posted it, like he's got a great story too about. I mean, actually similar to you with some of the
Yeah,
domestic violence that he dealt with. It's
I've had a lot
uh,
of respect after
mm,
hearing that with him.
mm,
I did not realize what he had went through, and just him
mm,
being able to build what he's built
mm.
is I really I I
Makes you
agree a
proud.
lot. Yeah, yeah, it does. I relate to him a lot
Mm,
about that, honestly, because
mm.
I growing up, people thought that I was going to end up in prison. I got in a lot of
Really?
trouble.
Mm.
Oh yeah, I was a terrible kid.
Were you?
I didn't do good in school. I got good grades. I just didn't care.
Mm,
I just to be where I'm at and
mm,
to be as successful in every area that I've been in my
mm.
life, it takes a lot coming from nothing. It takes you
Right.
coming from those situations to either use it as fuel, I feel like, or use it
Mm,
as an anchor to hold you down.
mm.
And I feel like he, related to him a lot and using it as fuel.
Did you have? It's interesting because you're doing a sport now that takes so much discipline. Yet it sounds like growing up, was there a lot of structure and discipline in your household?
No, not at all.
It was
My
kind of.
mom was always gone after she left my father.
Hmm.
My mom was gone working all the time, so it was pretty much me and my sisters fending for ourselves.
Wow.
Um, yeah, and there was not much there. My mom did what she could, but
Hmm.
she had to work to support all three of us
Wow.
because she didn't get any help from my dad. So
Was your dad involved at all? Like, or is he back in your life at all now, or
no,
is it?
he died at
Oh
46
man.
because he drank himself. Yeah,
Wow.
like to be able to drink yourself to death at
Wow.
that age shows
That's
that how much he
crazy.
did. Yeah, that's insane.
Wow. Wow.
To get cirrhosis
Hmm.
of the liver to congestive heart failure. So
My
at
God.
46, that's insane. Um, But
Pretty
he
good
just
deterrent
like
right there.
he would wake up in the middle of the night with a big gulp cup. If that was empty in the middle of the night, he would refill it with his whiskey and Sprite, and he would go back to bed. And it was just a nonstop. He literally did not drink.
Wow.
So
Wow.
yeah.
So you
And
probably.
it wasn't like he was a saint when he didn't drink too. Like
Mm,
before he got to the point where it was really bad. But
mm.
he was a cop, and he a
Oh.
long time ago. Yeah, he was a
Oh.
cop, and he was at the
Wow.
scene at my brother's death. And after that, he was just never the same.
Your brother. Your brother died.
Yeah, before me and my little sister were born, they tried to get for another boy with me and my little sister, and I became
Mhm.
the tomboy. Here I am.
Wow.
But my
Wow.
brother died in a car accident, and my mom was driving. It was really
Oh
rainy.
my God.
She turned around and told them to get their seatbelts on, and my older sister actually survived, but she was younger than my brother. My brother was actually 6 years older than me, and my older
Oh.
sister is 4 years.
How old was your brother when he passed?
Four.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he was only 4 years old. He just hit his head on the dashboard really hard, I guess. And my older sister was actually called the miracle baby because she was blind in one eye, fractured skull, broke leg. Like she had a lot of problems, and she was only 2 years old.
Oh my
And then
God.
she's not blind anymore, and she like so they called her the miracle baby. After she healed up,
That's
she got everything back. But she's had a lot of trauma. We've had a lot of trauma in our family.
wow. So this
So
injury in your face is nothing. You've
yeah, I
got
know. I can
5-year-olds in your
complain about
family
it.
recovering from broken skulls and no big deal, just par for the course, right?
Yeah, my
Wow.
sisters are nothing like me though when it comes to uh violence. They don't want any part of it really. They
Mm.
don't they've never been fighters in school. They never really wanted any part of it. Me, I've been a fighter my entire life.
They don't have that dark side that you
Yeah,
have.
no, I was the one that would jump on my dad's back. My older sister
Mm.
would be protecting my little sister, and I'd be the
Mm.
one, get off my mom, like kind of.
Mm.
I
Do you
was
think that
always the
would
bully to the bullies in school.
you're kind of a protector in a way?
I have literally just actually these last couple of years, I have found that I am grateful for my past because it has
Mm.
made me a protector. I
Yeah.
I am here to protect those that can't protect
Mm.
themselves, and my nonprofit now is a way for me to do that. So I'm excited about that because of it.
Mm. So in a weird way, it was a blessing.
Yeah, it kind of made me a vigilante.
Yeah, it really did. It's
And I
I get.
never looked at what I got in trouble for, or why
Mm.
I fought so much. And I started
Mm.
thinking about it. And I'm like, man, I used to, beat up the people that picked on my little sister because my little
Mm.
sister was like a sweet, very smart band girl, so
Mm.
she was a more quiet one. And I was like,
Mm.
yeah, pick on my sister again. Like
She was an
I
easy
would always.
target.
Yeah, and
Mm.
I don't like people picking on people. I don't
Mm.
like that. It doesn't sit well with me.
Mm. Respect to you for that.
I used to beat up guys in bars for putting their hands on women
It's awesome.
before even actually having any skill at all.
Wow, wow. That's you were just a natural, I guess, huh?
I guess I look back and I'm like, man, you're just one of those stupid like brawlers. But I
Mm.
was very strong and
Wow,
I was a
wow.
brawler, so it does
It
help to be that way. But technique does come into play a lot, especially
kind
in
of
the
went
sport.
hand in hand. Um, when you go to that dark place, does that kind of have like flashbacks of like from your of stuff from your dad? Is that kind of what fuels that?
So it's taken a long time during a healing process
Mm.
with the CPTSD and everything for things like that not to,
Mm.
because you don't want to go back to that.
Yeah.
You don't want to go back to that little girl that was being
Mm.
choked or whatever by her
Yeah.
dad. You don't want to be put back in that place as
Mm.
I feel like a victim mentality,
Right.
which I don't like. I always say survivors because I don't like that word
Yeah.
victim. I think society plays the victim role way too much.
Yes. Absolutely.
And uses it, like I said, as an anchor to hold them
Mm.
down, like, oh, poor me, we'll do something about it.
Right.
I'm more the one that's going to fuel you to stop crying about it.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I feel like I used to fight that side of me, that
Mm.
angrier side, because I was always told that I was just like my dad. So
Wow.
I fought that side of me a lot, and I
Mm.
hated that.
Mm.
I hated those words, that I was just
Mm.
like my dad because I'm not like my father.
Mm.
I have that anger and I have the strength and I
Mm.
have a lot of same attributes, but I
Mm.
am nothing like him.
Mm.
And that has fueled me more than anything to become something better for my kids, something better for me, just to prove to myself that that's my fuel more than anything, is my family, my kids, and my legacy. Like, everyone says legacy, but
Yeah.
It's just what I have come from and what I'm going to do with my life. I see it already, and I'm not even close to being done.
I love it. It's just, you're just getting started. You're just right in the beginning chapters. One thing I want to ask: when in your life did you become so comfortable just being who you are and not worrying about what people think? One of the coolest things about you is I love that you're not afraid to just show who you are, what you like, the things that you like, the things that make you happy. I mean, some people might,
Judge.
judge, yeah. But I think it's great because you're kind of like bucking like the trend where you're saying, yes, so what? This is what makes me happy. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm an adult. Like, when did that side of you come out?
Oh man, I think that's been since I was a kid, but it's just
Really?
gotten stronger and stronger as I've gotten older. I've always been the one that I love to stand out. I love to be out of the norm. I was always popular, hated being popular though. Like, couldn't
Really?
stand it. Did not care if everyone liked me.
You're like
But
the
it
bad
was,
girl.
yeah, I did not care if everyone liked me, but I do like being I like standing up for the things that are a little bit taboo, if you want to
Yeah.
say, because I think society's views of wrong and right are not right. I think that religion and politics have really collided into making and clouding people's judgment on what real morals are.
Have they
And
ever?
yeah, I really think, like, okay, you say that's wrong. Who says that's wrong? You're saying that religion and politics has told you that that's wrong, but honestly, it's a natural human thing. A lot of the times that they're judging.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're judging. It's a human, natural thing. Stop making people feel bad about it. People being open about it is what makes you upset about it, because a lot of the time they wish that they could be open about it. And that's what I love about my relationship with my husband. Ever since
Yeah.
I've been with him, um, I have found where I'm able to heal mentally as well as from all my past and accept. I love me now. I used to
It's
fight the
awesome.
side of me that, yeah, I play well with my demons now. I feel like
Mm,
we're a team more than me trying to fight
mm,
that side
mm.
of me, and I
Yeah, it
love
seems
that.
seems like you're at peace with where you are, kind of in your life. Obviously, you always
The
want
most ruthless and sweetest
to.
era I've ever been in.
Mm, it's cool to see you kind of peaking to be your best self. I mean, you seem. I mean, most people would think, "Oh, yeah, she just had a devastating loss. She must be miserable." Like, and you seem as at peace and as happy as you can be. And it's just it's awesome to see, because I mean, it's you're I think
Don't
I
get me
wish.
wrong, the loss still hurts. Like, I'm
Mm,
human.
yes,
I am not,
yes.
but I know that it's part of this sport.
Mm,
I know that I could have done things differently, that I will do
mm,
differently next time.
mm,
I know that I have full confidence in my coaches and my team
mm,
that we are going to get back this next fight without a
mm,
problem.
mm,
I'm just excited. I just try to stay
mm.
the focus on the positives rather than the negatives, and
Yeah.
I've never been that easy to do that. Like, my
Mm,
negative thoughts can creep in. I've always
yeah,
been a
sure.
very angry person. I just
Mm,
learned how to control it a little bit better each day.
mm. Yeah, it's the competitor in you, I'm sure, is of course gutted from the loss.
Yeah, because you put everything into it,
Hmm.
what
Yeah.
we've talked about. You put your heart and soul into this.
Hmm.
So yeah, coming up a little short from one crazy punt, like, yeah, it
Hmm.
it
And that
sucks.
kind of fluke angle and just hit right. It's
Just lucky. Yeah, it's just
it's
crazy.
it's a crazy thing about the fight game. It's it really is the only sport that, I mean, you could lose every second of the fight and land one punch and win a fight. You don't see that in baseball, basketball, where
Yeah,
you're down
exactly.
50 points and
Exactly.
all of a sudden you do one thing and it's like, oh, we win that. Like,
You're out there all by
it's different.
yourself in front
Yes.
of the entire fucking world. And
Yeah.
so a lot of people don't take into consideration what else we put out there. You know, it's just like we were just talking about the internet trolls who love to judge, saying like I got knocked out. You obviously don't know what a fucking knockout is, obviously. I know a TKO, technical stop it, okay. But a knockout, that's
Right.
no. I've only still been the only one to ever get a knockout in
I was
female
going to say
history.
that. I was going to say that. Like that was your opponent face down. Like that they're having to, wake her up. Like that. That's a knockout. Like
that's crazy to people. Like they're just it's still. I respect her. Sorry about the cat.
Oh, it's funny because I got my cats too. My two cats. My two big fatties. So
those are some big cats.
Huge.
You make mine look skinny. Yeah. But yeah, it's just part of the fight game. It is what it is. It happens. Yeah.
You said it last time. I like animals better than people a lot of the time. Like animals, they're so great.
I kind of miss doing the veterinary medicine. I did it for a very long time, and that was one of my passions in this life too. And I was very good at it. So just making that sacrifice to go full time into combat sports, I'm making it worth it. You got to make the sacrifices worth it.
Yeah. I wanted to ask, did you have a pet raccoon at one point?
I did. I think I probably had a pet everything. Like I've had a squirrel. I've had
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was those are like babies though. Those things will get into everything and they are mischievous as hell.
Really?
So you have to literally watch them like a toddler. They are I almost had a monkey one time, but my husband was so glad that something happened to it before we got it because he did not want it. but I wanted the monkey.
And life at the Borga Zoo.
And that's pretty much my entire life. I grew up with 15 snakes, scorpions, spiders. I liked all of it. I had multiple dogs.
That's awesome. So before I let you go, I want to thank you so much for taking the time, and I want to thank just who you are as a person, because you're always so accessible, and you're so great with the fans. I think every fighter should take notes and take a page out of your book, because you are really.
I wish I could do more, because I feel like I am not able to do enough. A lot of people want me to message back on Messenger, and I do all my own stuff, and a lot of them have people do it for them. So I'm able to respond here and there on comments and stuff like that, but I try. I appreciate that.
Thanks so much. You showed all the heart and everything that makes your fans love you in the fight, even though it didn't go your way. Thank you so much for joining the show. Thanks for putting on the great show in New Jersey. And next time I'm going to meet you in person. We're going to get that good photo.
Yes, promise. Everybody.